It's the Weather Xtreme video. This is the morning edition for Friday, August 26th. I'm James Spann. Not much change in our weather, but of course the attention is focused on the tropics. Good old 99L. Will it ever develop? Let's dive in and check things out. For us, it's the same old routine. We have ridging here. That's going to set the stage for a hot, muggy day today, and that's going to be the story for the weekend with a few widely scattered storms. As the day begins, we're in the 70s. We'll expect a high in the low 90s in most spots today. Around the nation, flash flood watches for parts of the southern plains. Otherwise, things are quiet. A severe weather risk for parts of the southern plains today. The center is on Kansas. Tomorrow, marginal risk well to the north, and on day 3, which is Sunday. Marginal risk for parts of Minnesota, some of the adjacent states, but much of the eastern two-thirds of the country in a soupy air mass with some risk of scattered storms. This is the rain for the next 5 days, valid through Wednesday morning of next week. Not very much here, but understand every day we'll have these little pop-up showers and storms. But organized, widespread rain, probably not. And, of course, the bigger numbers over parts of South Florida and across the northern Gulf with the tropical system will stretch it out to day 5. And again, there's so much uncertainty here, it's hard to draw these maps, but for now we'll discount any effect on any tropical system where we are. Things look pretty stagnant into much of next week. So what's the deal on the tropics? Got 3 areas highlighted now. Of course, Gaston out in the central Atlantic, that's no land threat. We got our famous Invest 99L, the storm everybody talks about. Over the southeast Bahamas, the guys at NHC also have X'd a little spot south of New Orleans, and a very high chance that doesn't develop. Gaston will recurve east of Bermuda. It's a tropical storm now, should achieve hurricane strength again, but again, that is no threat to land. 99L, I dare you to find a center there. You're not going to do it. You could see one on the visible satellite view yesterday. Of course, this is still dark. We've got the infrared here, but the center is north of all that convection over the southeast Bahamas, and there's the shear analysis, and again, you can see a max of shear basically right on top of that thing at 30 knots. If anything can survive and get out of there, you can see conditions seem to be more favorable across the southeastern Gulf of Mexico. And again, I'll show you these models, but this does not mean much at this phase of the game with this thing barely hanging on. And understand there is a very real possibility this doesn't develop at all. If you got a beach trip coming up next week, a cruise, don't cancel anything here. Just watch it. Again, those are the tropical models. And again, kind of 3 camps. One is recurving over the eastern Gulf. One is coming up our way. Then one's coming up toward the Texas coast. Again, nobody has any idea if any of these are right or if it develops at all. GFS ensemble. Interesting here. This off the OZ run. The mean is the blue line. And I'm sorry, the operational is the blue line. The mean is the black line. And both of them are pretty similar. It kind of runs it up toward New Orleans, Mobile. It's a very weak system and then bends it back to the southeast. But let's get in here and take a look at the actual runs here, the OZ runs, or 06Z run. There's the GFS. 1 o'clock today, 500 millibars. Heat ring just a little northeast of here. Nice cool trough coming down across the Rockies. In sensible weather, no change today. Low 90s, hot, muggy. A few spots will catch a storm late this afternoon, early tonight. Weekend weather's just not going to change. The GFS has 92, the NAM has 94. Sunday, same thing. Partly sunny, hot, muggy. A few widely scattered, random afternoon and evening showers and storms. This is Monday, and again, it's hard to find any, circulation with 99L. Our weather not changing. This is Tuesday, and there it is. You can see it pops up as a 10-12 millibar low over the Gulf south of Apalachicola. Wednesday, it's south of Gulf Shores, and again, is a very weak, disorganized system. Most all of Alabama is dry on Wednesday with only isolated showers, and again, we stay well up in the 90s. We might be doing mid-90s. And by the way, you know what this is, Wednesday of next week? It's the last day of meteorological summer. which means the next day, Thursday, the first day of meteorological fall. And it brings up a weak surface low toward the mouth of the Mississippi, and that would be 99L. And here's a week from today. This is Friday, September 2nd. Pretty high amplitude pattern there in the westerlies, troughing over the Pacific Northwest, ridging in between, troughing over the Northeast United States. And again, 99L, a very weak surface low that's over the central Gulf Coast. And understand this might not happen at all, and if it does, it would be just mainly a little increase in the coverage of showers and storms for the Gulf Coast, and that is approaching the beginning of the Labor Day weekend. And of course, there's great interest in the Labor Day weekend, but again, I stress, if you're going down there for the holiday weekend, just don't freak out at this point. Just watch this. So what does the European do with it? This is Tuesday of next week. It's got the broad surface low, very broad over central Florida. The I-4 corridor, and then on Wednesday, it moves northeast off the Atlantic coast, and Thursday of next week, it's moving out to sea. And again, you can see Alabama stays pretty dry, and obviously with this solution, no impact at all, no increased convection for the Gulf Coast next week. And hey, let's look at the Canadian just for the fun of it. While we're having fun, it shows a deeper system coming up toward Panama City Tuesday of next week. So again, we stress nobody knows. You can't model this thing because there's just nothing. You can't initialize it. This is the end of the forecast period. This is Sunday, September 4th. Heights are coming down. Another little tropical system shows up down around Tampa Bay. Check the numbers over the next 15 days. Again, if you're looking for cool, crisp autumn air, no, come on, it's way too early for that. Highs dropping ever so slightly back into the upper 80s around September 5th through the 10th. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes in the blog. The next video here by 4 o'clock this afternoon. If you can't catch us this evening on the live stream or the television side, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.